Well, hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mansa, and I am so excited today because I am bringing you the best of two worlds. I am going to be sharing with you how to make a homemade banana pudding pound cake. This is the best of two worlds between a classic cream cheese pound cake and my no-bake banana pudding. So let's get started. Okay, friends, so we are starting off with 3 cups of all-purpose flour already sifted. To that, I am adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder. If you are using unsalted butter, this is the perfect time to add in your salt. Also, I lost my footage, but I did add this very important ingredient, which is 3.4 ounces of instant banana cream pudding. This is a 5 ounce box, but you only need 3.4 ounces, okay? It's really important for that flavor and consistency we're looking for. Go ahead and combine your dry ingredients and set aside. Of course, I am using my KitchenAid stand mixer today, and we're going to start off by creaming our fats. Here I have 3 sticks of salted Kerrygold butter, and I'm also going to be adding just half of the block of cream cheese, which is 4 ounces of cream cheese. All of my fats are at room temperature to make it easier to combine and avoid overbeating. So I'm dumping in my butter and just half of that cream cheese. Save the other half. We're going to use it for our frosting. It's super, super important, and I absolutely love it. So go ahead and cream your fats together until they are nicely combined and super, super smooth. This takes about 3 minutes, and then I would add in my sugar. I am using 2.5 cups of sugar. Again, I always say that I find 3 cups of sugar a little too sweet, and you can even cut it down further to 2 cups if you want to slow down on that sugar. Now make sure you beat the butter and the sugar until it's nice and creamy. This took about 5 to 8 minutes. And then I will start adding my eggs one at a time. Here I have 6 eggs. I brought them out way ahead of time, so they are at room temperature. I add in one, beat it to combine, and then I add in the second one until I'm done with all of the eggs. This just helps me to have more control of my mixing and not just dump everything and just overworking all the ingredients, because it's very, very important for the end result. Now that is the last egg, and I'm just going to dump it in. Make sure that you are stopping to scrape down your beaters and the sides of your bowl. As you can see, the eggs will make it a whole lot lighter than it was. Now here is another very important ingredient. I am adding half a cup of sour cream at room temperature. Remember, we only added half of the block of cream cheese. This will make up for that. Also, I am adding 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. It's really important for that flavor. And of course, we're doing banana, so I'm going in really light, which is just 1 teaspoon of banana extract, because it tends to be really strong. So you don't want all of that. You don't want it to be too pronounced, because we have the banana pudding already going into the mixture. So yeah, just combine all of that. Again, I stopped to to scrape the sides of my bowl and also my bitter. And now here I have 1 cup of heavy whipping cream at room temperature. I am going to start alternating between my flour and pudding mixture and my heavy whipping cream. So just start off with the flour, put in about 1/3 of it, combine it, and then add in some of the liquid and just alternate it until everything is in there. Also, keep in mind to just beat on low medium speed at this point. You do not want to overwork the batter right now. So just low medium speed. If this is your first time on my channel, you are absolutely welcome. I want you to take the front seat and be happy over here. We share simple everyday recipes that will make your life a whole lot easier. And of course, we throw down from scratch. You got it. So over here, this is the my baking pan that I'm going to be using today. I believe this is a 14 or 16 baking pan. It is really, really large. And of course, you know, this makes a big pound cake, but it makes a light pound cake, I must add. It's really light and airy and not as dense. So go ahead and reinforce that baking pan with some pan baking spray. And it already contains flour. Go ahead with a silicone brush and brush off all the edges. If you are using a pan that has a lot of, nooks and crannies and all those ridges, like a bundt pan, you really want to go in there with the brush so that your cake comes out nice and easy. Again, look at that batter. It is super light. It is not as dense as your regular pound cake, which is very intentional. That is what I was going for. Again, this is a mix of two worlds. If you like my no-bake banana pudding, I would link it in the description box below. It's super popular and it's so delicious. And then you also have this cream cheese banana pudding pound cake. It is just gorgeous. So of course, just level it up, pop it, drop it, and we're gonna bake today at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for 80 minutes. So check it at 80 minutes. If it's not done, go ahead and bake for an additional 5 to 10 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the middle comes out dry. Let it sit in the pan to cool down before inverting it. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and start making our frosting. I am starting off with 3.4 ounces of instant vanilla pudding mix. Now, the back of the box requests for 2 cups of milk, but I want you to cut it down to 1 1/4 cups because we're trying to make a frosting. So we want it to be a little thicker than usual. So 1 1/4 cups of cold milk, by the way. It has to be cold whole milk, okay? Don't cut down on it. Just cheat. Let's cheat today. Let's do that whole milk, okay? Just whisk to combine per usual and it will form this pudding-like mix. Put it aside. And then in another bowl, we are going to start off with our cream cheese. This is the half a block of cream cheese, 4 ounces that we saved earlier. Go ahead and cream that up with your hand mixer until it is nice and smooth. And once the cream cheese is nicely creamed, we're going to add in our sweetened condensed milk. This is the brand that I really like. So I ended up using half of the can, which is about 7 ounces. Again, all the ingredients will be listed below. Now it is time to add our whipped cream. I am using Cool Whip, but by all means, if you have your own homemade whipped cream, go ahead and use that. I was just keeping it really simple. So now it is time to combine our cream cheese mixture and our vanilla pudding mixture. Once we dump that all in there, go ahead with your mixer and blend everything together. You want it to be super nice and smooth and richly blended. You guys, this frosting right here, trust me, if you love banana pudding, you are so gonna be in love with this recipe as a whole. Do not take my word for it. Try it. So now with our Cool Whip, we're only going to be using half of the tub, okay? So that goes in there and you can save the rest of it in your refrigerator for a later use. Now at this point, do not whisk. Just go in with a spatula and simply fold. Simply fold it because we want to maintain that cloud-like texture. Now wrap it up. Put it in the refrigerator. You want to let this chill for at least 2 hours. To make it faster, you can pop it in the freezer for the last 15 minutes. Now, in the meantime, our cake is cooled down and I have inverted it on my cake stand. And y'all, this is what it looks like. It forms a very beautiful crust on the outside and it's still super soft. Now, my frosting has been sitting in my refrigerator and my freezer for a while now, and as you can see, it is thick enough for me to use it as a frosting. If you just finish making it, it is just too runny to be used as a frosting, so it's important to let it chill. I would even suggest you make this in the morning and just leave it in your refrigerator, and whenever you make your cake, it would have formed a thicker frosting for you to be able to work with it easily. Otherwise, you can frost it and then put it in the refrigerator, but honestly, I don't like to do that, so this is the trick I use. Now we're going to top it off with some Nilla wafers. Now these were the minis. I honestly didn't have the regular size, but these actually turned out to be so much fun because I could do a whole lot more with it. So yeah, if you do not have the Nilla wafers, if you have any type of butter cookies, they would work absolutely fine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just adorn my beautiful cake with the Nilla wafers, and this is what it looks like. Now, of course, there is no banana pudding cake without some bananas. Now, I am going to slice some ripe bananas just on the top. Now, I would suggest if you're serving this, do not do this ahead of time because you don't want your bananas to turn dark. I would wait until I'm ready to serve before I top it off with the bananas. Just thought to throw that out there. So once I'm done with the bananas, I am going to go ahead with my favorite butter cookies, which is this Pepperidge Chessmen cookies. Man, I love this. My classic banana pudding recipe, I only use these cookies. I actually prefer these cookies to the Nilla wafers, but we all know the Nilla wafers they're cheaper and they're actually more common for this type of recipe. So I like to combine both, and this is what we're working with. Of course, I cannot end this video without going in and cutting this cake to show you what we are working with. As you can see, it is nice and soft, bouncing when you cut it. And look at that. Let's take a look at that. Look at that money shot right there. It looks absolutely good. And look at that crumb on the inside. Y'all, look. When I see a good pound cake, I can tell without even eating it, okay? So this is what it looks like. I hope you guys really try it. Again, if you enjoy pound cakes and you like banana pudding, you would definitely enjoy this. That frosting is the absolute best, hands down. Thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, stay safe, and I will be back with another video. Bye, y'all.